Most welcome, Hilda.
Thank you.
Thank
Lovely.
you for logging in.
I'm eager.
Karibu sana, Mary. I can see you. Most welcome. Most welcome, Hilda
Thank
and
you.
Mary.
Thank you.
Karibu sana, Mary. Karibu, Hilda. Still waiting for some more people to log in so that we can start the session. Karibu sana, Tony. Karibu. Joseph, you're most welcome. Most welcome, guys, to my webinar. So excited to have you here. I see you, Joseph Matayo. Karibu sana. Most welcome, guys. I'm excited to see all of you. Just give it a few seconds so that I can start the session as we wait for a few people to log in. Let's just give it a few minutes, maybe about 4 minutes. I can start at 12:10 as we have more members joining. Okay. Once again, I want to welcome each one of us. Karibu sana Jen P. Thank you so much for joining in. As I had communicated, today I want to teach us something about money that most of us didn't know about. First of all, I just want to start by introducing myself. For those who don't know me, my name is Lovelyn Atwine. I'm a financial advisor, and it's my passion to teach about finance and how to manage your money, how to take care of your risk, the risks surrounding us, illnesses, life insurance, investment, savings. Yeah, so today I want to talk about money. Financial wellness. Most of us get to earn, but we never know how to take care of our money. And today I want to share 5 big secrets about money management. The sooner you start, the better your prospects for a healthy financial future. So we have 5 good secrets that most people don't know about. And today I want to share with you guys those secrets. So number 1 is understanding what influences your money decisions. Number 2 is how to manage your money well. And number 3 is to set actionable financial goals. Number 4 is to take care of your debts. Finally, is how to protect yourself and your family. So why do we talk about financial planning, or why is financial planning important? Of course, the number 1 reason is to achieve personal goals. Do you set goals when the year begins, or the year begins and you just wake up and know I have to go to work, I have to pay school fees or whichever expenses you have? But one big reason why we plan, or why planning is important, is to achieve our goals. Our goals could be buying or building a home, fund children's education, ensure there is income at retirement, plan for projects like a holiday or start up a business. I don't know what your goals could be. Each one of us has their own goals. We set goals as the year begins. And it's always important for you to keep reviewing the goals. So today I'm going to show you the 5 secrets of money management that will let you live your best life. We have 5 fearless animals, and these talk about so much in relationship to money. Number 1, we have the lion there, we have the elephant, the rhino, we have the leopard, and also we have the herds. So when we talk about all these animals, by the way, are secrets of how we manage our monies. And the number 1 secret of this are you fearless when you are out there with your money or looking at your money? So we talk about being fearless like a lion and take control of your money. Learn to take control of your money. How do you take control of your money? We look at your personality. How does money influence your decisions? So we have different categories of people. Number 1, we have spenders. Who are spenders? And who are savers? Spenders like very nice things. I don't know where you fall in there. They love fancy cars, expensive houses, branded clothes. They will sometimes go into debt to keep up the standard, of being into that class, and always trying to keep up to the crowd. Then we also have savers. Who are savers? Savers try to send of money they get, and they typically hate spending money, and we look for cheapest deals. Now, amongst us, I know that each one of us knows whether they're spenders or they're savers. So for savers, financial education tip for this is you could diversify your investment so you can spread the risk and earn better returns. For spenders, you have to be careful about dates. Ask yourself if you really want or need that item that you're going to buy before you buy. Wow. On the other hand, we also have investors. Investors really they know how to take care of risks, hoping for bigger payoffs. This personality type of entrepreneur is natural, but also has a higher risk appetite. We also have a dreamers. For dreamers, they are thoughtful and compassionate. You tend to use your money for defining and developing who you are. Now, one more thing about investors is that they understand the financial impact of the risk that they take. What you need to do is to speak to a financial advisor, to assist you across your portfolio. Seeing some more guys trying to log in, sorry. So the number 2 secret about money is we have the elephant. Secret number 2. How do elephants take care of what we learn from the elephants is that elephants take control of their finances. How do we learn from this is that we set up a budget, learn to set up a budget. Step number 1, how do you set up a budget? Know what money is coming in. So when you get an income or when you get a salary, the first thing to do is to set money, or rather find out how much you earn. Step number 2 is figure out what money is going out. So what we do in this case is that we usually have an income planner that I can share with you guys. Maybe after this, you can reach out and find out. This income planner helps you to put down all your expenses that you spend on a monthly basis. In most cases, we don't track our expenses. So this way you are unable to know how much goes out there. It's very good for you to put down your expenses, know every single place where your coins go. Step number 3 is you categorize your expenses and adjust your budget. If there is anything you spend on that is not so necessary, it's good for you to, try and slow down on your expenses. Put off the things that don't matter so much And then step number 4 is you monitor your budget. Always try to monitor your budget. Get some apps on your phones that you're able to track your expenses and work by your budget. Then also, you can also learn to diversify your income streams. How do we diversify your income streams? When it comes to this, we learned so much when COVID came last year and the previous years that you can build financial resilience by diversifying your sources of income. If you earn a salary, see whether you can start a side hustle, invest some of your salary that you earn. Don't spend because you know you're going to earn more tomorrow. No, tomorrow is never planned. I mean, this COVID thing taught us a lesson about diversifying our income. Because in most cases, you find you're relying on one source of income, but when that income is cut off, that means you won't be able to take care of your upcoming expenses.
Okay.
Then you can also learn how to understand what you spend on. You know, is it a mortgage? Is it groceries, takeouts, electricity? Budgeting, how do you budget? We have a 50-30-20 rule. This rule requires that you break your monthly net income into 3 parts. We have essentials. The essentials take 50% of our income. Which are the essentials here? You know, we have essentials like fixed bills, those that we can't do without. We have wants. These are expenses that enhance your lifestyle. They may not be considered discretionary. Then we also have savings and investments. So for the wants, they take 30%. For the savings and investments, now this is when we need to put like 20% of your income. So you should commit 20% of your income towards your savings. This may include saving plans, retirement benefits accounts, debts, repayment, and emergency funds. This can further be split into emergency and long-term savings. So for emergency accounts, we recommend 5% to go into your emergency account. The emergency account should always be away from you should always be away from your normal bank account. Why? Because the bank account is not a safe place for us to put the funds for emergency. You go out there and you find that you're using those funds to do some impulse buying and all that. So it's always good to create an account that is away from your bank account, or rather your normal bank account, if you want to create an emergency account. Then the 15% has to go towards your long-term savings, like insurance, pension, education funds. That is now where the 15% of your income should go. How to manage your expenses better? How do you manage your expenses better? Before buying something, ask, can I really afford this? Is it in my budget? Do I really need this item? Can I use less of this item? Is there a cheaper alternative? Can I get better price elsewhere? It's good to always compare prices, you know, to not just buy items, because anytime you get a chance to save even 10 shillings, 10 shillings is very important, because that 10 shillings added up for a year makes a big difference. Number 5 is if I borrow to buy it, how much will it cost me in total? Is it really necessary for you to borrow to buy that item? So we have the household budget. This is where I was talking about our fixed expenses that live with us, and we can't run away from them. So once you're doing your expenses, or rather your income planner, we have income, we have expenses, and we have deficit or surplus. So you look at everything that you spend on. We have the income that comes in, expenses, and whatever remains now what is referred to as deficit or surplus. There are 3 types of savings you should have right now. And if you don't have any of these, please look through it. You need to have an emergency account. Do you have an emergency account as you are seated there? What an emergency account? As I talked to, as I said before, the emergency account needs to have at least 5% of your income. And enough saving, it has to be enough to cater at least 3 to 6 months of your living expenses. Why this? This is because in an event you happen to lose your job or your business is not doing better, this money should be able to run you through 3 or 6 months without struggling. You should be able to pay your expenses with that emergency account. So we have the goal-driven saving, for example, a wedding, deposit for a house or a holiday. That is you know, like a short-term kind of savings that you put aside for some dreams that you may have. Then we come in for the future money, retirement, savings. This retirement, for long term, of course, we not only just talk about retirement, we just look at retirement. We can look at a goal of owning a house or a home or 2. Maybe getting a mortgage, you know, that 10% deposit of getting a mortgage. This long-term, or rather future money, we call it future money. That is where you should settle it. So when you are earning, you must have these 3 types of savings. Setting goals. How do we set goals? You identify your short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals. For short-term goals, they go up to 1 year. Mid-term goals is 1 to 5 years. And then long-term is now 5 to 20 years. So for short-term goals, like I talk about it, each one of us has their own goals they think about. It could be going for a holiday in December. You know, that is a short-term goal, one of the short-term goals. Medium term, it could be accumulating some amounts or maybe buying a car or 2. And then for long term, that's when now we're looking into retirement, pension, we look into education funds, and those other goals that we could be having. Then also you should learn how to, once you've identified your goals, try to set a deadline. I need to have maybe 300 or 400,000 by December. I need to have 2M for a deposit on a mortgage in the next 3 or 5 years. Always set a deadline. And then also identify the main actions you need to take to achieve your goals. What do you need to do? What do you need to cut off? Where do you need to be for you to be able to achieve the goals that you've set. Monitor progress towards your goal. Are you that person who sets a goal in January and forgets about it by end of, maybe June? So always monitor your progress. You can give yourself maybe like a review every 3 months. I have to review my goals. Where am I? How far have I gone? What do I need to do? What do I need to change? Yeah, so secret number 3. Do you know how to focus on your goals like a leopard stalks its prey? Once you set the goals that you've set, always stick these goals on a wall in your bedroom, on the fridge, or by your mirrors, so you can see them every single day. So for short term, like I mentioned, it is a 1-year plan. If it is to go for a holiday, can you take that beautiful picture and pin it into your bedroom of a hotel you're looking into going? Can you stick something that can always give you the reminder? Okay, so for medium term, we have medium term 1 year to 5. I think I'd explained on this. So you nudge yourself towards your goal. Like I spoke before, you stick the goals in your bedroom, on the fridge. Talk to your family about your goals. Make sure that you talk to people that you can be accountable to. Talk to your family if it's something that you planned, and set up regular session to track your progress. Use your phone to set reminders for you to take action. And then we have our secret number 4, where we have to charge your debt, down your debt like a rhino. Don't let your debt run your life. How we distinguish between good and bad debts? How do we distinguish between bad debts and good debts? For bad debts, we have typically high cost and drains your wealth. Good debt builds your wealth and improves your financial position. So what are the bad debts? You've borrowed money to buy clothes. Is that a good debt or is it a bad debt? Yeah. You get food on credit. Is it a bad debt? It is a bad debt. You borrow money to pay credits. Luxury cars and holidays you can't afford. You don't need to borrow. That is what now we term as bad debts. So we have the good debts. What are the good debts? The good debts we have like student loans, a bond, business loan to grow your operations. So when we talk about good debt and bad debt, then it's always good for you to think about falling more onto the good debts. Make debt work for you, don't work for your debts. Only take on debt that you can afford. If you need to take on debt, use debt to achieve your long-term goals, e.g. buying a house. Shop around for best interest rates in terms. Pay your credit care balance every month. If you are in debt, get out of it quickly. How to get out of financial trouble? How do you get out of financial trouble? Take inventory write-downs, look at your expenses, cut off some costs. If there is any way you can increase your income, try to do that. So we have 2 approaches to paying off debt: snowball method, and then we have the avalanche method. On the snowball is where you rank your dates from lowest to highest payment. If you have a mortgage or you took a loan to probably build a house, can you try to clear that loan? The fact that it is higher compared to paying a friend's dates that you have. This method gives quick wins and keeps you motivated. So finally, we have a 5th secret on how to protect and grow your herds. That is now when it's coming with family wealth. After you've done your goals, you've seen how to cut down cost, so you have some surplus. You have to protect it. And how do we protect it? Protection comes through insurance. Prepare for the worst, hope for the best. How do you prepare for this? Is you take up a medical insurance, take up a life cover, credit insurance, personal and funeral insurance. Will you be able to cover the cost or loss from your savings? Yes. Self-insurance? No. Consider insurance. So if you know this question, maybe if you're able to take care of a loss, cover the cost of a loss through your savings, then that means you're self-insured. If it's a no, then you need to consider taking up insurance. Will you be able to pay the money on premium? If it's a yes, shop around for the best option. Creating a financial habits. Create a weekly savings habit. Make sure that you know every week I need to put aside this much, I need to put aside this much every month. Evaluate your budget every month. Do an annual financial health check. Remember to schedule these events in your calendar. So I've shared the 5 secrets of money with you guys. We have a variety of retail product offering. Under that, we have life cover to ensure financial stability in case of a serious medical condition, disability, or death. Education savings plans. We have saving plan, investment plan. Under investment plans, you can look at unit trust, money markets, bonds, balance fund, and equity. Yeah, so that's it from me today. And it's just only to remind you guys to take care of, to take control of your money and live your best life. Thank you so much for listening to me. I can now welcome any questions that you may have. Thank you.
Lovely.
Yes, Hilda.
Yeah, I want to ask you the investment plans, the bonds and all that. The last bit, can you explain the difference, the risks, and maybe how the interest rates are for each of the bonds and all that? The money market, bonds, balance funds, equity funds, the risks and the pros.
Okay.
Thank you.
Most welcome. All right. For money market is a short-term plan. And when I talked about emergency, in fact, we always advocate that you settle your emergency fund into the money market. Why? Because money market is a low risk, much as it is a low return, but then settling your funds in the money market is much better than settling those funds in the bank. The money market fund gives you accessibility to your funds anytime you wish to access them. But then it also gives you an advantage that you're able to invest. We're able to invest that money on a daily basis, and it earns you interest at the end of the month. It has no risk. Like I said, it's low risk at all, no risk at all. So whichever money that you put in is that you are guaranteed you will get your money back. When it comes to bond, this is a medium risk. I'll talk about the equity fund, and then I can talk about the bond so that you're able to understand the difference between the equity fund. Why I come in with the equity fund first is because the equity fund is high risk but high return. For equity fund is this is where we buy shares. You know, shares are not guaranteed. That if you buy a share today, it can be the same price tomorrow. It tends to fluctuate. It can go down or it can go up. So you must be having a very high risk appetite for you to invest in equity fund. And also it has to be, it doesn't have to be money that you think of accessing today or tomorrow. So it's a bit of long term, between 5 years to 7 years, because of the nature of the risk involved. When I talk about bond fund is a mixture now of equity fund and money market. So it's a medium risk. If you know that you are able maybe probably to put money somewhere and monitor it for quite some time, between 3 to 5 years, there I would advocate for a medium risk, which is the bond fund. So yes, it has a bit of risk because you may put in money today, but tomorrow it drops. But then there is also a high risk that, a high chance that that money can actually grow more than you anticipated. For balanced fund, this is a medium risk, between 2 to 3 years. So for the balanced fund now is a mixture of the bond fund and the money market. So there are those two mixed. The money market now comes in between all of them.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, so I don't know, Hilda, if I'm clear about that.
Yes, we can talk on personal, yeah.
Personal level, okay, thank you.
Yeah, personal level.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right,
Thank you so much. You explained it very well.
Thank you so much, Hilda.
Okay.
Thank you. Any more questions? Jen P, do you have any question? I can see you've raised your hand.
Thank you very much, Loveline. That was a lovely presentation.
Thank you,
as
Jen.
you know, I am a senior citizen, and I've said I've done most of what you have captured.
Okay.
But yes, for the younger people, this is the way to go. Don't eat all your money. Invest and have a future. Because when I look back to my corporate life, when I was working, when I was younger, somebody talked to me the way you're talking to everyone here today. And I listened and I invested. I increased my pension contribution, not just the mandatory. So I increased my pension contribution, and where I am today, whether I'm doing my hustle or not, I still have my income coming in, which is now invested in an insurance annuity. So it's very important that people should put aside some money for the future. Actually, they say from the first salary of your employment, You should
Yeah.
start saving for your future. Don't get swallowed with the pleasures of this world, doing the big things that don't take care of your future. Thank you very much, Loveline. That was so lovely. And I pray and hope that the younger people can emulate or can pick up what you have advised and secure their future. Because here is about the future. Today, yes, we know how our today is, but no one knows about the future. So we have to take care of the future today. Thank you, Loveline, and have a lovely day. Thank you.
Most welcome, Jane. Thank you so much for that insight. Thank you. Thank you so much. I can see one more hand. This is it Princess? Karibu sana, Princess. You can go ahead with your question. I've shared a link, guys, in the chat box. Kindly fill for me that form to answer any questions that I've listed on the form. Then I can be able to get it after the session. Thank you so much. Any more questions? For those that joined in late, I know there are guys that just logged in after I was done with the presentation. I think I'll have to probably share with you the recording at the end of this session. Sorry, we missed you into this session.
Yes,
Anyone?
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
What's the least amount you can invest in all this, the money market, bond, blah, 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 all this?
I can talk about 1,000 shillings when it comes to investments.
But also so he can also deliver.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Yeah. So like I said, it's savings or having a savings culture. Whatever amount of money you earn should not restrict you from savings or, you know, draw you back from making a future for yourself or saving something, a holiday for a holiday, or, you know, people earn even 5,000 and they're able to save. So 1,000 shillings is the minimum that you can save in these plans that I've shared. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any more questions? Joseph, Matayo, do you have any question?
No other questions.
Okay, thank you. Kindly fill for me the form that I've shared in the chat box. Just click on the link and fill for me your details. Okay. If you don't have any more questions, let me share my number on this chat box. You can always reach out to me for any questions, or if you feel like you would want to take up a saving plan, or maybe get to learn more about investments and savings. I'm here. I don't charge any money for that. So I welcome you guys to get to me. Thank you. Okay, someone is asking to kindly share the presentation. Sorry, Kosiet, you missed. I'm gonna share with you this presentation once we are done with the session. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
JP, for completing the form.
Thank you, Loveleen, for that great
Thank
session.
you,
I know
thank
I
you.
missed most of it,
Thank
but
you.
I've seen it before. So thank you. It's very educative.
Thank you, Rukia. Nice to see you here. Thank you so much.
So thank you. We can now leave.
Yes.
We can now leave. Loveleen, thank you. Have a blessed
Karibu
day.
sana. Thank you so much for joining in. For
You're
those who are
welcome,
asking for
Lydia.
the presentation recording, I am going to share in a few. And you are free to leave at your pleasure. Thank you so much.
Mm.